It's another amazing opportunity to come to you live from our offices here at Dexteritas Professional Corporation. My name is Ayodele-Bamisaiye, and this is Finance Friday. And here we talk about all things personal finance and enterprise. This is just a broad-based opportunity for me to communicate my thoughts and share how I perceive the world, and of course demonstrate my expertise so that people know that I am here and I can support them. um, 2026 has been off to a flying start. Yesterday we had Mr. Anthony Sani come speak to us at Founders Lounge by Startup Court, and it was an amazing experience. The law of the vital few, we know, many of us know it as a Pareto's principle, right? But he spoke about it in a way that showed that it was for him lived experience and it was for him a mission to communicate to the world. We learned a few things, very interesting. I think I put up one or two things about that on LinkedIn right now. But one thing I can say is this: I'm looking to move to a box on the left. Yes, that's definitely something I'm looking forward to do. We had an amazing time there, and that was a beautiful experience. Now, the Launchpad series is not done yet. We've had 6 webinars. We're going to 8. The next one will be talking about funding and capital management, and that will be happening in the course of next week. At the moment, it looks like Friday, but look out for anything I post on LinkedIn about that. And then, if you are modest income and for any reason whatsoever you have not filed your personal taxes going back a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 17 years, 20 years, and you need help, you can send an email to my friends at the Financial Empowerment Initiative Network through this email address, operations@thefei.ca, and somebody will be happy to reach out to you to set up an appointment so that we can support you with getting those tax returns filed. Yes. The FEI is an organization that's focused on financial literacy, and we've seen that there is value in communicating the basic fundamentals: banking, credit, assets, consumerism, those basic bare bone foundational things about personal finance. I'm communicating that to the community in a clear, simple, free, easy to be in environment, and that's something that is their mission. So in addition to the tax clinic, we have a number of financial literacy workshops that the FEI carries out. One of those is the marriage and money seminar, the next of which is coming up here in Calgary at the Calgary Full Gospel Church on February 21. So look out for more information about that. That will be happening very soon. That's that with all the talk. So today, I'm talking about money and money mindsets. And the question I'm asking you is this: what are the money rules that you're living by that you did not write? Yeah? What are the money rules you're living by that you did not write? Simple things like, money is hard to come by. Everybody lives on debt. Those are things the rules that are running in your mind, that are programming your decisions, that are determining how you act. So why are we doing this? Why exactly am I trying to have this conversation? The reason is because we like to think that we are rational as human beings, but we are not. We're not rational. We live based on the patterns and examples that we have seen. And the only way we change those patterns is when we actively change how we behave. The only way to change how you behave is to change how you think. So, I am here today to call out our shared irrationality, and I'm here to call us to a more active, more aware money mindset. Final outcomes are rarely a coincidence. They are not happenstance. Whatever happens to you is a culmination of all of your behaviors, your actions, which is driven by how you think. So if you don't examine your money story, it will keep running your financial life. Actually, take out the money and the finance. If you do not examine your story, the story you tell yourself, that recurring thought in your head, if you don't examine it, it will continue to rule your life. The question is, do you like the results you have so far? And if you don't, guess what? It's probably about time you change that tape. So, your money story is an assumption. It's an operating assumption. Actually, it's basically the operating system that runs your life. You repeat it to yourself, and then it drives how you behave. Now, the thing about it is that it tells you what you consider to be normal, it tells you what you consider to be impossible, and it tells you what you consider to be risky. So every time somebody says, oh, I'm taking time off, I'm going to be away for the next 1 month, you're like, wow, that's a big deal. How did you make that happen? He planned for it. You don't think you can plan for it. You don't think you can make that happen. That's why you consider it impossible. In your head, you've told yourself, I have to work every day. If I don't work, I do not have money to pay my bills. So off I go to work, right? That's the story you tell yourself. Until you address that story, you continue to live in the pressure of that story. Basic examples, like I said earlier, money is hard to keep. When you say money is hard to keep, that means you are avoiding the responsibility that comes with directing your money. When you say debt is normal, that means you are avoiding the responsibility that you can actually live with cash, that your finances are in a fragile situation. When you say any more will fix everything, you are refusing to come to terms with the fact that you don't have systems in place to better guide the money that you make, where it goes or what it does for you. So it's possible. We've heard stories of janitors that retired as millionaires and execs that died broke. It's not new. Why is this the case? People think differently, and because they think differently, they act differently. So this is my inquiry of you. This is my question of you. What story are you telling yourself, particularly as far as your money goes? Now, where do these stories come from? Number one, what you see, right? What you see around you. So how did your parents treat money, or how did the adults around you treat money? What do you tell yourself? Your spoken beliefs. Oh, money is hard to come by. If you say money is hard to come by, then you will believe money is hard to come by, and then you will act in a way that suggests that money is hard to come by, right? What do you associate money with? Is it with shame or with stress? Or are you from a family where money is it's taboo? We don't talk about money. We don't do that here. We don't talk about money here. Is that the experience? Now, this is it. Life happens. And when life happens, we tell ourselves stories. But when we examine the story, we determine the ones that are serving us and the ones that are not serving us. And when a story is not serving you, then you discard it. And that's when you've analyzed, you've thought about it, and you've decided that this thing is really just something I'm telling myself. It's not how I want to live. So how do you rewrite the logic? How do you rewrite the story that you're telling yourself? Well, the first thing you need to do is you need to identify clearly, what rule are you living by? Right? What pattern can you see yourself living by? if you're the kind of person that keeps saying it, that money is hard to come by, money is hard to come by, your friends know it, your kids know it, your spouse knows it, everybody knows that your mantra is money is hard to come by, then probably maybe it's about time you revisited that mantra and said, hey, something different, like I can make money. I can make money. That's a choice, right? So identify your underlying assumption and then replace it with something that you can test, which will become your new mantra, which will become your story. And most importantly, create a system that enforces your new story. So if, for example, if you've always said it's impossible to save in this climb, it's impossible to save in this economic situation, you can replace that with saving is possible, even if it's in little amounts, and then start to put $5, $10, $20 away on a periodical basis, whether that's weekly or monthly, as the case may be. But the way to do that is to create a system. So don't try to willpower save $20. Just set up an automated transfer of $20 from your checking account to your savings account at a period that fits you. When you do that, you create a system that ensures that your new rule works. And once the new rule is working, the mindset changes because the behavior has changed. So, I want to ask you, what money rule did you inherit that you have not questioned? And I also want to ask you, how much is that rule costing you every year? If you have the potential to make $1 million and you're making 100,000, every $100,000 year is costing you $900,000. So that's how I want you to think about this. Now, I'm going to be sharing probably in the course of the day or the course of the new week, I'm going to be sharing a little assessment that I've put together just for you to take a look at your situation and ask yourself, what story am I telling myself and what is it doing to me? And then you can, identify these stories and then change your behavior in a way that stops that story's effect in your life and allows you to install not just a new story, but a new behavior that ensures that you are taking steps forward in your finances. So, this is it. Wealth begins when you stop living by financial stories that you didn't choose. That's where it always starts from. So today I'm asking you, what story are you living by? Did you choose it? How about we start to tell new stories and choose behaviors that support our new stories? It's my pleasure to be able to have this opportunity to come share this with you. This is Finance Friday. My name is Dotun Ayodele-Bamisaiye, and I am looking forward to hearing us tell new stories and seeing us move forward, seeing us transformed, seeing us change, seeing us become the better people that we want to be, particularly as far as money, finance, and enterprise is concerned. With that, that's all I have for you this Friday morning. Have an amazing weekend ahead, and all the best. Thank you, and bye for now.